firstborn, I've been ready for this. Since like 9-5, I've been eager for this. Talent on the rise, I'm consistent with this. Trophy is the prize, ain't no gimmicks with this. Okay, now what's left on them? Told you I'ma flex on them. I did it all subtle, ooh, and then I hit that exit on them. Gotta blame my face, cause these eyes ain't got nothing on them.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
First down, Rodgers. Flush to his right. Oh, he's going to air it out. That's caught at the 25. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. They'll get 34 yards there.
I think that typically we expect teams to save their home run plays for later in the game when they feel like they have an advantage over a defense. But in this case, they thought they had the advantage right away and took the shot on the first play of the game and completed it successfully.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Oh, Chase Claypool. His fourth touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Texans 7, Jaguars 0.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he returns this to the 22.
On the return, the Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
First carry of the game, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 21-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Darnold. Going deep for Diggs. And it's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
A 57.
It's a big play for the Jaguars. 57 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And Darnold going to keep this himself. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
He rifles one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
And he's got it up and through.
Makes the score Texans 14, Jaguars nothing. Jason Sanders set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
On second down now, it's Mack. And this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop him behind the line for the second straight play. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold going deep for Diggs. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. They'll roll him out right. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw again, Rodgers. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. That's complete to DK Metcalf. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Jaguars' 43-yard line.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 12 yards there and a 1st down. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Flushed out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
On first down, they'll start out with Mack. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 23-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Darnold. The left side caught by Diggs. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Marlon Mack. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
12.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. For 33 yards that time.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
Rodgers now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Quincy Enunwa, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
Good. Makes the score Texans 21, Jaguars nothing. Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taken in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Darnold on 3rd down. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl cornerback Denzel Ward. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Push him back. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. They're going to need some therapy after this. Hey, watch out. Check, Mike. Mike, 54. Check pass.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Touchdown, Houston. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Texans push further out in front. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 41. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On the move to his left. And incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On play action, it's Rodgers. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Quincy Enunwa with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And this offense is running away with this one. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half.
Jason Sanders set.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down, Jacksonville.
26 Mike. Hey, we got to get this in.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As we've seen, their first two drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To the air again, Darnold. He's going to try and go deep again. And that's caught inside the 35. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Throwing again is Darnold. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Again, Darnold. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans 16. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5.
He don't know no better. 26
Darnold to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Steps away to his left. Letting one go deep for a Nunwa. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Letting one go deep for a Nunwa. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. Damiere Byrd returning it. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Darnold from the gun. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And now here is another interception. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Right there, 54, right there, right there.
Rodgers now on first down. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Danny Shelton muscles his way in for the sack. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Anunwa the intended target, but now it'll be third down.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. The Texans send the punter out. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Off of play action, Darnold being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bradley Chubb able to record his 5th sack of the season. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback. but you showed them a lot of different looks, and they did.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 39. There he goes left side. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Sanders on for the extra point. Can you believe it? He misses another one, his third so far.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
Second and 11.
I'm going back to you. 24 is the contact.
The shotgun snap for Donald. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 42. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On first down, Darnold. Throw caught here by Bird. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after them now.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Darnold completes it, and they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd and 12, Darnold, he lost the football. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Darnold now to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
39.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Once again, it's Swift. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down.
At the 34-yard line.
They run out of the gun with Swift. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
He was brought down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Here's Swift. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. They'll run with Swift, and he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1.
3rd and goal.
They will run it with Swift here. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
And I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
And he missed it again. The 4th time now in this game alone, and that has to be great cause for concern over on that sideline.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This taken in about 4 yards deep.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
On the tackle. 1-yard gain.
They'll go again here with Mack.
At the 24-yard
and a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Give him 7 yards on the carry, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
On the play. It's now 4th down.
And here we go on 4th. Darnold. And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. And now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Darnold.
Looking again for Diggs, and this time he's got him.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left, and no good. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
On 1st down, Swift. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left in no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up